Following program is the work of broadcast students from the British Columbia Institute of Technology. BCIT Magazine features news stories from around the Lower Mainland over the past week. Responsibility for the content of the show rests completely with the students and their BCIT instructors.
Coming up on BCIT Magazine, it's been 30 years since a Canadian hero began his landmark journey.
We go bargain hunting at the Cannery's Everything Must Go auction.
And a trip to Haiti changes one woman's direction in life.
Good afternoon and welcome to BCIT Magazine. I'm Sonia Sterling.
And I'm Doug Herbert. Tuesday marked the 30-year anniversary of Terry Fox's Marathon of Hope, and Kyle Richardson caught up with the Foundation's director.
These t-shirts mark each anniversary of Terry Fox's historic run, a reminder that his legacy remains as significant today as it was when he started his journey. Foundation Director Donna White says Terry's story still resonates with Canadians.
The fact that people remember him and what he set out to do 30 years ago is really powerful, especially for Canadians. I mean, he's our Canadian hero. I mean, nowadays there's so many figures that you think about heroes come out of the States and other places, and but for Canada, and the fact that he's from Port Coquitlam here, where he grew up, is certainly has a lot of meaning for this community and for the Foundation.
The Foundation was created in 1988 and has been raising funds in Terry's name ever since.
He wanted to raise $1 million first when he set out. And if you think about, 30 years ago, $1 million was a lot of money. I mean, it certainly still is today. But to want to raise that type of money, when he hit that goal, decided, could he raise $1 for every Canadian? I mean, there was 24 million of us in the country back then, and he did realize that goal. He wanted people to become involved because they believed in what he was doing, not because there was personally something in it for themselves. There's never any fee to participate in a Terry Fox run. It's not about how much you can donate. It's not about how fast you can do the event. Those were things that were Terry's wishes, 30 years ago, and we've worked really hard to uphold today.
The Marathon of Hope began 30 years ago in St. John's, Newfoundland, and since then, the Foundation in Terry Fox's name has raised over $500 million for cancer research, while at the same time leaving a lasting legacy for millions of Canadians. Kyle Richardson in Port Coquitlam for BCIT Magazine.
The iconic Vancouver waterfront restaurant, the Cannery, has been forced to close. With the closure, though, comes a chance for bargain hunters to snag a piece of Vancouver history. Doug Herbert went to see what the hot item was.
Used kitchen appliances are just some of the hot items being auctioned off as the Cannery restaurant has an Everything Must Go sale. The iconic restaurant closed its doors just days before the auction. Bargain hunters and those looking for memories were out in droves, hoping to pick up a piece of the Cannery.
Shopping for some things for our summer place. It's an older place, and we're just maybe some old pictures, things like that. I see some old floats over there. They might look kind of nice hanging on the walls.
Everything from the Cannery welcome mat to various fishing and boating relics are up for grabs. Even the light fixtures are for sale. Outside, the Cannery's various planters and flower boxes draw interest from a potential buyer.
I just thought I'd check it out and see if there's any cool old fishing stuff and check out the planters and see if there's anything that would work.
Well, it's a great chance for bargains. For some, the auction and the closing of the Cannery bring mixed emotions.
I think it's horrible. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, you can't get into a lot of the port, but this part was open to the public. So, and it's right on the water, which is just so unique.
Well, part of me, it is a little bit sad being on the last day like this, but at the same time, I think it gives us a closure to see everything being auctioned off like this.
With the Cannery sign up for sale, the auction is almost over. The restaurant will be torn down in the coming days, making way for a new port-approved business. If you're looking for a steal of a deal, this boat here is it. Whether it will float, well, that's up to you. This boat here failed to even elicit one bid during the auction. If you want it, come down and get it, because it will be gone tomorrow. Doug Herbert in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine. It took years, but sports fan Jen Ride finally landed her dream job working for the Vancouver Canucks. But now she's ready to give it all up to follow her heart down to Haiti. Emily Cordonnier has the story.
Jen Ride has always wanted to work for the Vancouver Canucks, and a few years ago, she scored her dream job as administrative assistant for GM Place. But after traveling to Haiti 3 times in the past year on volunteer missions, she's decided to leave her job and home to move there permanently.
The first time I went down, Christmas of '08, I came home with the feeling of needing to do more. How can I contribute more? How can I make more of a difference?
Jen is now packing up her life and moving to Haiti to work in an orphanage that received almost 100 new children after the recent earthquake.
Just being able to make a difference and really raising children that have either no parents and no opportunities, giving them an education and a chance to make a difference in their own country is a different fulfillment from working in sport right now. I'll be sad to leave Vancouver, I'll be sad to leave the Canucks, but I know that this is the right thing to be doing, to be contributing.
Jen will stick around to cheer on the Canucks through their playoff run, but at the end of July, she will say goodbye to GM Place and be heading down to Haiti to start her new life. Emily Cordonnier in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
Kitsilano Neighborhood House is giving families who have relocated to the Lower Mainland a chance to connect with other new parents and children. Nicole Lieberman has more details on how the program works.
The Strengthening Connections program gives families new to the Vancouver area a place to interact with other parents and children.
They are coming to play and spend some time with their children. They interact with their children, and at the same time we give them all of the resources they need to adapt to the new community.
The program means just as much to the children as it does to their parents.
They are not isolated, being at home all the time. They can have new friends.
The welcoming environment is especially helpful for families struggling with language barriers in a new country.
My son doesn't speak English at all and doesn't understand, and sometimes I translate for him. Here we meet so many people and we can talk to each other, and for my son it's good. It's a kind of entertainment for him.
While the kids have a chance to play with new friends, the program also gives them much needed time to play with their parents.
They are playing with the parents, and you know, we parents have a very busy life. They have to work, and when you are a newcomer, you have to look for a job. That is very hard here. Spending time with the children is make the children feel more confident. Their self-esteem is better because they have the parents, the connection with the parents. That is very important when we are very young.
Strengthening Connections is held every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at UBC's Arcadia Park. Nicole Lieberman in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.
Up next on BCIT Magazine, Sonia Sterling meets up with a local TV personality to chat about the art of interviewing celebs and the perks of the job.
We go to listen to some hilarious and true stories.
And we see kayak racers hit the water. Stay with us.